Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I created Magic and Miracles in order to help people of all walks of life achieve their manifestation goals. All the information for me is below. If you'd like to receive coaching with me one-on-one, understand that procedure is such. You need to book the 1 hour standalone session first in order to make sure that we are a good match. In this hour, we discuss everything that you want to discuss, your situation currently and what you'd like to work on. Upon concluding this session, if we both decide to proceed, and get into this coaching process, you need to put yourself on the waiting list by pre-booking the signature coaching package. Okay, the links are below. They're also connected to my YouTube store. Now, what this package represents is 3 times per week I rendezvous with you for an hour. Okay, the session is an hour via Zoom or via phone call. It is recorded. This is mandatory. Why? For you to rewatch, for me to rewatch, for my notes. This is very important for me. This is perhaps what sets me apart from all the other coaches combined, because I really do a deep, thorough research on every single person excuse me, that comes into my coaching. I am interested in every single detail. I re-listen to certain passages in the tape several times just to get the emotion, to get the wording correctly. It really means a lot how you say what you say. All of this is because now, having been a coach for 10 years, I know exactly how to help you based on all of these little insignificant details, how you express yourself. It really shows your belief system. In other words, it really shows what it is that you're thinking, you're programming. And I'm very much after your old programming that doesn't let you live your dream life right now. Okay, so 3 times per week via Zoom or via phone call, everything's recorded. And I do recommend 2 to 3 months minimum, okay, to cover my coaching program. Now, for some people, 2 months is okay. For some people, 2 months in signature coaching is okay. And then I downgrade them to another package. So let's just say we could meet a couple of times per week or once a week. So it depends case by case. For some people, 3 times per week may become necessary for 3 or 4 months. I've had that. It all depends on your personality. It all depends on how much processing we need to do. And so my process is rather simple and elegant, but really thorough and really custom made. There is the structure of the coaching, which I'm about to describe, but also in the process of the coaching, I custom make everything to you. Okay, I don't believe in copy and pasting. I truly believe in addressing what the client needs. Okay, so the first step is not negotiable. That there's that. I cover your history from your first memory as a child all the way up until today. I mean, the reason is obvious. I need to know your background, okay, and again, your belief system. And then we proceed to process it. And processing the history and processing emotions is something very delicate. And again, it goes case by case. Essentially, the reason this is important is because even scientists realize, like, maybe like 40, 50 years ago now, actually, in 1991, there was a discovery where they realized that the brain cells also are contained in the heart. And so your heart very much remembers all the drama, trauma, panorama, as I call it. And unless you process the emotionality behind certain events, however small, however distant, you aren't able to move on in life. You aren't able to receive a new thinking, a purification of the mind, purification of your emotion, thus being able to transfer yourself to another timeline. This is something I've done on my own, okay, 15 years ago, close to 15 years ago. And this is what I believe and how I've created this coaching program and what really helps people. And for 10 years as a coach, I've been practicing this. So the processing of emotions, again, is instrumental in your self-development. If you're one of these people who is impatient and thinks that they've already done the work, I have no patience for you either, because if you're still not manifesting what you want, and if you think that you've processed it, quite frankly, good luck. Okay. So if you think nothing is wrong, then, then you should be manifesting. But if you're humble and open and honest and open to suggestions, which is the requirement to come into my coaching, parenthesis here, then let me do the digging, let me do the directing. Is it a dictatorship by any stretch of the imagination? No, it's not. Very much welcome your ideas, your commentary, etc., etc. However, I do go on the assumption that you're coming to me for something you don't understand and you don't know. Okay, so that much I hope that we can agree upon. And only upon processing the emotions, at the very least, we have to start. We then embark on the last kind of chunk of the coaching, which is manifestation. And manifestation, the way other people teach manifestation, is so surface level. I can't even begin to talk about it. It really is disgusting. Okay, so I've created, again, through my own experiences from childhood, actually, when I first became aware of different experiences that happened to me, that this world is very much energetic. It's not about the 3D, it's not about the affirmations even. It's about learning the energy around people, events, circumstances, etc., etc. But most importantly, understanding that all of this works off of your energy. And so if you really want to start manifesting on purpose, I really do teach you energy work, which like skyrockets your manifestations, but I also teach you how to come to terms with your past, who you are today, who you would rather be, and how to energetically arrange all of this. And this no coach will teach you under the sun, other than myself. Why? Because I've done the research and nobody does it, at the very least on the internet, somebody who's available to coach. And so all of this is very important, and it's not until and unless you're able to embark on this journey, which is, yes, very kind of like intense and involved, that you should reach out to me. I don't do half-ass anything. I only do quality work. Okay, so just to make sure you understand. So today's subject is waiting for your SP to come back is for amateurs. And this is very much the case. So I talk to my clients daily about certain situations. And what I want to talk today to you about is the common kind of theme, not only with my clients, but with people out there. It's like, how long is this going to take? And I am waiting, and it's been so long, and I don't know why it's not working, and all of these things. To all of which I say, bullshit. Okay, if you're really being honest with yourself, which I require in my coaching, being honest with yourself, not to impress me, not to, seek compliments from me for an accomplished homework. All of this is for you to really find out why it's not working. So if you're looking for validation from me or from the 3D, forget it. Just forget it now, give up now, don't even bother with manifestation. This whole shebang is for you to understand who you are, how you energetically affected this. So to turn around and then say, I don't know, I don't understand why I'm not manifesting, is quite frankly just not being honest with yourself, okay? Especially if you're part of my channel and I talk a lot about energy and I talk a lot about knowing, the state of knowing, having been convinced of something so deeply that you no longer need to check the 3D, okay? 3D, what's that? I always say. So the discussion then becomes entirely around you. So rather than hurry up and let's get there, let's slow down and enjoy this process of uncovering what's really fucking happening right here, right now. Otherwise, you're always going to be in the hurry up and let's get there, and this can last for like years and years, if not decades, okay? And we're still hurrying up and getting there. So I want to stress two things. Number one, you always have a relationship with your manifestation, even when you don't have it. And it's the kind of energy and the kind of emotion, the kind of thought forms, overall energy that you're feeding this manifestation is what this will look like for you, either not happening or happening in a weird way, or just not happening precisely the way you want it, or somebody else has it, and blah, 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 blah. In other words, if the energy you're feeding your manifestation is, I don't have it, I'm frustrated, I really feel alone, I really feel depressed, and I'm so unhappy that it's not here, this guarantees this creation that could potentially be yours to never be here. You're holding it in place with your emotion, with your energy, in fact, communicating to the quantum field, I am so upset, I'm not there yet. And why does everybody else have it, which I hear a lot in my coaching, and I don't have it? Jealousy, any kind of resentment, any kind of unforgiveness, which is part of the emotional processing that we do in coaching. And I've been talking about parentheses here on my channel for the last 2.5 years. So whoever speaks like me obviously mimics me and doesn't know what they're doing. And it's very important to know what you're doing as a coach. Can't stress this enough. Also, subscribe to my other channels, like Magic and Miracles 2, which I created for all discussions other than SPs, as well as Coaching for Coaches. And I discuss in depth what the coaches of YouTube do in such a disastrous way, really just creating more problems for their clients than they had before. So that's really unfortunate. But the thing is, the energy with which you're feeding this creation will appear in front of your eyes. Jealousy, resentment only has one outcome. If you're vibrating negatively towards money, it will not be in your life consistently. If you're vibrating negatively towards relationships in general, love and romantic relationships, forget it. It's never going to work out. So rather than making such a big deal about it in the first place and being resentful or jealous of anybody, or really being pissed off about it, find out why you are making such a big deal about it. Why for you in particular, this has been going on for such a long time. Hurrying up and getting there is not the proper course of action. It really, really isn't. And my heart really goes out to people who really don't understand this. And I'm trying to the best of my ability to explain this on my channel so that more people can really open themselves up and open their ears wide enough to hear me loud and clear. Whatever you're vibrating, whatever you're feeding this baby, this metaphysical creation of yours, this manifestation, that's what you will see in the 3D. Start vibrating excitement towards that relationship with your SP. Start vibrating excitement towards money, towards your career. All of a sudden, for no reason, you don't need a fucking reason other than you're excited and you want to feed excitement to that manifestation. Now, of course, simultaneously, or rather before, if you're doing it in coaching with me, you do need to have a handle on your demons, so to speak. You need to have a handle on what's really going on. And some of these things, again, my heart goes out to all the people struggling with these things because I've been there, okay? I've been there. But I would not waste time and the precious time of a coach, okay, who would rather, like myself, only can speak for myself, who would rather dig into the dirt. I would always only really just interested on the dirt that you're thinking. I don't give a fuck about being impressed. I want to be impressed when you actually get it, when it clicks in, when you actually get your honey, when you actually get your money, when you get that promotion, when you get that fucking business rolling, when you get pa 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 pa. But then my job is done, and au revoir, and à bientôt, maybe, for touch-up sessions. À bientôt means, à la prochaine. I just explained it with another French expression. Anyway, you get it. Excuse me. Been having this cough, recovering now from this cough. You know how it is in New York. Holy shit, fucking bananas. Can we have a sunny day already? It's like winter today. Today is the first day of spring, parenthesis here. Anyway, so whatever the energy that will come out of you will animate this creation. And so don't fucking tell me that you're waiting for your SP to appear. You're not waiting for anything or no one. Either you don't know what you're doing, or you know what you're doing and you're not fucking doing it. Either way, there's something to do for you. Okay, and you've been procrastinating and watching videos, like 300 million of them on YouTube. That's not going to help you. Even my own videos are not going to help you. And a really simple reason why, and I've been talking about this also on my channel for God knows how long, for as long as I've been on this channel, that a video can only go so far. Okay, don't put a band-aid on a huge wound that you've got. A video, what the fuck is that? Okay, so it's a nice concept, nice idea, but how does it apply to you? Your situation is very specific with your specific history, with your specific mama drama panorama, like I say, which is the history and on all the programming through repeated events, which is usually a pattern. So to break this pattern, it's not about watching videos. Are you joking right now? You want to break a pattern through watching videos? No, it's the only way that I just told you. Through your heart releasing the trauma, through crying, through processing, through getting angry, through finally acknowledging this pile of garbage in the middle of the living room that you've had, which represents all of the programming and piled up bullshit of emotions that don't even belong to you. Some of it has been projected by your mom, your dad, whomever, your guardian, etc. These ideas that are completely fucking bogus and belong to these people. Why the fuck are you a hoarder of ideas of some of the people who didn't know how to put together their life in the first fucking place? Okay, so everything needs to be questioned. This is how you acquire bulletproof confidence in your magic. When you start to separate what's bullshit and what's my own, and then start to really exercise your own situation, your own magic, trusting your own emotions, trusting your own intuition, trusting your own energy. And then when you build this rapport and you send out a certain kind of energy towards a person or a circumstance or money or whatever, and you see it work in your favor, then you trust yourself and yourself only, and therefore you trust in the universe. It's all about enjoying the process. And I know some of you really don't appreciate this expression, but it really is the truth, because if you can relax into trust rather than stay in anxiety and stay hyper active and ventilating over your SP, if you can relax and trust, okay, what I've sent out works, just like it worked before. When I sent out misery, misery came back to me. It's a very simple fucking equation. Okay, the life is a mirror. It's a very boring, lonely situation. Okay, all you do is look at yourself all day long. Now, parenthesis here, this does not mean by any stretch of the imagination that you're responsible for every single fucking person under the sun. I'm talking about your direct relationships, your direct world, people you interact with, people that work for you, work with you, people that you're in love with, your friends, this and that, okay? That type of thing. There's wackadoos in the world, there is that. Are you going to be responsible for them? Probably not, okay? So, excuse me. So when will they return? You only have the answer. Nobody has answers. You have the answers. I, as a coach, can can guide you to process the emotions, can point things out to you in coaching, the patterns, the unique things that maybe you're missing, because you live with yourself, lived with yourself and continue living with yourself, and all you see is you. It becomes kind of like you don't notice it anymore. So that's what a coach is good for. But however, a coach cannot feel for you. A coach cannot vibrate for you. So the coach can only guide you to and give you the right methods, give you the right exercises, making it really practical. Well, I'm speaking for myself the entire time. I think you understand this. When I say a coach, it means me. Other coaches, they're on another fucking planet. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Anyway, really, I don't. So, and I've yet to hear anything different in my coaching. The minute that I will hear something different, I will actually be very happy. So, because I think we really need originality right about now, not just copy and paste, from somebody else. when you know what you've done internally, when you know what you've done internally, okay, the switch that has happened within yourself, within your psyche, within your heart, within your emotional makeup, you don't need to look on the outside anymore. You walk around with this conviction, totally at peace with the way things are. I mean, a lot of you, I'm sure, know this feeling, but maybe for smaller things, okay? Maybe not relationships, but it works just the same. Just because it's a person doesn't make it any different, I promise you. I mean, for me, it's actually easier today. Mentally, you're so fused with this reality that it just appears. It appears effortlessly. When you're not creating problems for yourself, why it's not going to happen? The person usually in my coaching, especially in the beginning, will tell me all the reasons why in the first few sessions why they're not manifesting. My job is to just put together the puzzle clear enough so I hit it right the first time. When I'm giving feedback, I'm always, this is why I rewatch certain passages in sessions a couple of times, because I want to get my analysis correct. Okay, I really want to help this person. Nothing makes me happier. But when you understand what you did in your mind different from before, when you know the switch occurred and you're no longer looking, you don't need it. You don't need the 3D confirmation. You don't need any fucking signs anymore. Not even that. Although it's nice, the universe still supports you and it's like, hey, what you're doing is working. Keep going and this and that. Especially if you're asking for it. But if you know that you've completely shifted, that is the confirmation that you need that your SP is ready to go. In other words, don't seek for signs, don't seek for confirmation when you know inside you're not ready. You're not aligned with that person who confidently, with bulletproof confidence, can say, yes, my magic, my mental magic, my vibrational magic works. Even though I don't see anything, I'm not bothered by it. I am enjoying the process, in fact. And I'm not checking the phone every 5 seconds. I'm not checking the social media. Come on, guys. This is like for teenagers already, right? You're not checking anything. You need to really invest in your heart, in yourself. You intelligent people over here, you read a book or two, I'm sure, went to a seminar or two. Are you learning anything? The one that you need to learn is you. What makes it tick for you? What makes it click in for you? And this is what coaching is very good for, because sitting in the seminar is one thing, but sitting one-on-one with a coach over Zoom in particular is a whole other fucking story, is a whole other shebang. So the relationship with desire already described. The time then that it takes you is very much related to how long does it take you to acclimate to this new reality, okay? And again, I want to stress it and underline it like 300 million times. Please don't rush yourself. Where are you rushing? You're not on a time. Don't be a perfectionist. Don't hurry up and don't try to impress me. If it isn't going to happen in the time that you kind of like wanted to, there's a reason for that. Okay, there's a reason for that maybe inside yourself, you're still not being honest with yourself about what's still bothering you. In other words, if inside you are really not trusting this person, if inside you really doubt that this is even possible for you, if inside you're scared of getting your way. I've had that, kind of like in my coaching. A lot of people actually scared to get your way because you've never gotten your way before. Then let's talk about this until you've ventilated it out of your fucking mind. Because if you're saying to your desire, you know what, you look so fucking good, you could tell to your SP, you are everything I wanted, but I'm scared of trusting you, and I know that you're going to break my heart. And I know you're going to come back and have your way with me. That's the underlying mumbo jumbo. And sometimes it takes a minute to get to that with my clients. But we do. Inevitably, we do. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think they're coming back? No. It doesn't go like that. The desires that if you want to turbocharge, if you want to get yourself on a fast track to manifest, is by addressing everything you need to address first, okay? Clearing out all the garbage out of your living room, metaphorically speaking, and then getting excited about the new potential. We're not dealing with the same reality. You're jumping timelines, for fuck's sake. Why do you want to carry your old stuff to the new? It doesn't work like that. Okay, so if you're still thinking, if you're still opposing your own desire, this is the energy that you're feeding it. Capiche? It's not going to happen, in other words. So the time is irrelevant. The idea is to actually get there in your mind. And so being gentle with yourself, being understanding of yourself, and not like, let's hurry up and get there, and being like this perfectionist and wanting to be there yesterday, it doesn't serve you. You're going to be self-critical, you're going to be hard on yourself, and that's no way to be when you're a golden Buddha. A golden Buddha enjoys the process. The golden Buddha is in no rush because he or she knows that at the end of the day, the desire is his or hers anyway. Anyway. So my rushing is entirely not necessary and counterproductive, may I say. Because if there's still leftover junk that I'd rather not fucking deal with anymore, then I need to talk about the junk. That's the best use of a coach, let me tell you. So, living in the parallel reality that you don't prefer and complaining about it, rather than, okay, why am I? Why do I happen to be in this parallel reality and not in the parallel reality that I want to be? Because let me tell you something, everybody in your reality, provided in your vicinity, let's just say, okay, not some wackadoo or whatever, not, I'm talking about your friends, your lovers, your SPs, job, your immediate world. Okay, it operates by your blueprint. In other words, every day you're showing up with a certain blueprint off of which everybody operates. So if you wake up cranky, okay, a simple example, I need you to don't take the time to meditate, don't take the time to bring yourself, even after coaching, every single day. I meditate every single day, but every single day. There's no such thing as skipping this because I need to make sure I enter the right reality every single morning. You presenting every single morning to yourself and to the universe. Here you go, guys. Here's the memo. And everybody gets the same memo. So if in the morning you get up cranky, angry, upset, my SP is still not here, and complaining and judging yourself, comparing yourself with others, all this fucking bullshit, you better change your tune. Otherwise, you'll get confirmations left and right from other people, and most certainly your SP. But the thing is, it's not that your SP getting farther and farther away. It isn't that at all. It's just that you continue making it invisible for yourself for that day. But on any day that you want to switch your tune, right? And listen, sometimes it's nice to I'll be honest, it's not every day you'll feel fantastic, okay, rolling out of your bed. Sometimes you need to shoehorn yourself with excitement over other stupid things, which is why I always give in my videos, take a bubble bath. Whenever I wake up cranky, which happens once in a blue moon, I get straight into the bubble bath. I'm like, bubble bath first. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody right now other than my dog. Let me get in the bubble bath. I'll talk you from the bubble bath. Go smell the roses. Smell the incense, the marvelous incense that Blunt Effects, okay, is having a sale, I think, right now. They're constantly emailing me. The Salices incense, which I love and adore. Candles, massages, pedicures, manicures. Of course, I'm a woman, so I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. But for a guy, it could be a game of golf or a cigar or a nice walk or whatever. I don't know what you guys are into. a card game, whatever. Take your car for a drive. It's spring now. The flowers are popping out. Excuse me, something like that. And just remember this. You are the creator. So, when you get pissed off by looking at the created, which is people, circumstances, and events, and you're complaining for a long time, okay, it's okay to complain for a little while and be like, oh my God. But if you don't do anything to correct whatever you're complaining, you've just switched roles. Okay, now the created is the creator because you're kind of like bouncing off of it, and you've completely forgotten that you have all the keys, you have the reins of your life. And again, I'm all for being human. I'm all for noticing life's different aspects. I'm all for, sometimes even being cranky, sometimes even getting upset. But 90% of the time, this is the goal. And I know it's maybe high for you right now, but this is where I am now. I can only speak from my perspective. 95% of the time, you belong knowing you're the golden Buddha. 10% of the time, maybe 5% of the time, you're allowed your human bullshit, blah, 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 blah. But let's not stay there. Process it, acknowledge it, move on. Don't let it stay there. Don't let it stay in your living room. Take out the garbage and move on with your life. So, if you're the creator, it's up to you to create and inform everybody through your vibration what's going to happen next. So you're not waiting for anybody. You're the commander-in-chief, you're the CEO, you're the person who everybody goes to for the blueprint. What's the memo for the day? Okay? So if your vibration dictates, I'm pissed off and I'm going to remain pissed off, I mean, it's going to be 1 day pissed off, 2 days pissed off, months, years, boo-ba-boo, and then you know what the reality will look like. But let's just say you got off your ass, and even though you woke up pissed off, you went and took your bath, you took the time to calibrate your energy. You took your bubble bath, you meditated, maybe you watched a funny video, maybe you watched one of my videos, and now you're feeling your vibration. Ooh, I'm feeling something. I'm feeling good as fuck, man. This is coming on. My golden Buddha status is here. Get ready to rumble. Then orchestrate and command your universe from that energy day in and day out. And it's not even a long time that it's necessary. I mean, 1 day like this, and now you're seeing evidence of little miracles popping up. Okay, maybe your SP didn't call you yet, but you have now entered the right timeline. Okay, and it really, really helps, again, if in the process somewhere along the way you change your beliefs and you change your overall tune, which is what we do in coaching, which this is how to keep your manifestations. One thing to get your manifestation, but if you want to keep them, you need to change your tune drastically and permanently, and really have a routine that reminds you of that. So now, after staying in this vibration, let's just say for a week or 10 days, laser sharp focus, and really, almost like in a militaristic way, demanding of yourself this precision and this discipline. Are you joking? You're jumping timelines after timeline. And you may not recognize yourself. Like literally 2 weeks from now, you will not be the same person. And then tell me about waiting. What the fuck are you waiting for? You're only waiting for yourself, to calibrate this energy that's going to produce your life. It's a very heavy duty price to pay to let other people affect you, and forget that you're the creator. To let other people's bad moods, negative thoughts, blah, 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 the past, remembering all of that shit, to affect and pollute the potential for the new beginning, for the new timeline that you say you want to go to. Negative thoughts and emotions, they're not dangerous. But taking the cue from them and arranging your life according to them, now that is fucking dangerous as fuck. And so recognizing that, wait a minute, okay, other people don't create my reality. I am the creator. I am the boss. I am the golden Buddha. Everybody else in your world is kind of like an employee, all right? You distribute the memos, they act according to it. Now, of course, this is not being said in a narcissistic way. You guys know this about me. But I'm just kind of like giving you the analogy to help you understand better and easier. Okay, so do not wait for this person to come back with something nice for you to feel nicer. You need to feel nicer about them, and then they will change their tune and their mind, and they will come back. Okay, let me take a look at my notes really quick. Visualizing, parenthesis here, I had a note about this. Visualizing and not believing, okay, really not accepting that desire is really like trying to have sex and not touch the person. Okay, really. I mean, when I wrote it, I was laughing, but this is exactly what it is. Without touching somebody, you're trying to have sex. This is visualizing and not believing. Anybody can visualize. This is why, even let's just say the feeling is not necessarily the secret. It really is the acceptance of your desire. It's feeling it and accepting it. Yes, this is mine. I don't have to work hard. I don't have to do anything else. Okay, so you can prolong the time that it takes you to accept your desire. You could do that and then complain about it, or you can figure out why you are prolonging it. So it's never, let me do more affirmations. It's never, let me meditate some more. No, it is done in talking about it. It is done in processing emotions. It is done in this kind of work. Because you'll stumble upon it. I do this all the time in my sessions, along the way when you even least expect it. And it will just come out of you. And you'll be like, well, there it is, isn't it? This is the kind of like the secret to all my problems. There's a few of kind of like these aha moments that kind of put together what you really believe, not what you want to believe and impress everybody and this and that, including myself. I don't know why. But this is what's necessary for you to process, talk about, and really address in order to get acclimated and accustomed to having, for the majority of the time, this is the word that one of my clients helped me come up with in session, orgasmic energy. Orgasmic energy. This is, and this is said in not in a sexual way. I hope you understand this. This is said in an excited kind of, it's an excited feeling. It's an orgasmic energy about your manifestation, about your SP. How do you feel? It's kind of, you're not feeling an orgasm, you're not, but you're feeling so excited, so in love, and so adoring of your desire that it's orgasmic. And for the majority of the time of your day, you should be in orgasmic energy. Once in a while, maybe a little tiny bullshit during the day happens, which means absolutely nothing, because you have worked and invested in and worked on this world of yours that feels like this. And in this quantum parallel reality, I don't know why I said quantum, in this parallel reality, parallel timeline, this is your tune, this is your energy. So that don't you think that to this energy, different things will be attracted, different versions of people and events, different SPs. And then you don't need to wait for anything. You know that if you light up as orgasmic energy, as excited energy, I already have it energy. I know it that I have it energy. I am relaxing. I'm enjoying life, because ultimately the universe wants you to enjoy your life. Why the fuck would it want you to suffer? Some people act like the universe wants them to suffer. It's the other way around. On the other side, in the other parallel reality, everybody's kind of like, well, when are they going to get their shit together, quite frankly? Because we're over here waiting for you to get your shit together. I have this audio on my channel, again, recorded in 2022. Everybody's waiting on you to, your SP is waiting for you to get your shit together. So true. On the other side, everybody's waiting for you to show up and orchestrate everything like, the maestro that you are, to your tune. And so if your tune is where you find yourself without your SP, it's your tune that needs to change, your vibe. Your overall vibration, what you're offering to the world, needs to change. All right? So, let me check my notes. I went over relationship with desire, time, living in the parallel timeline, and visualizing. So, in fact, it's arriving to this energy of being with bulletproof confidence about what it is you've done in the energetic world and what you're going to expect. And this requires no waiting whatsoever. It is yours to be had at any moment you want. Right here, right now, as I'm sitting, I can jump parallel timelines to another timeline and make somebody else say something different. How much waiting am I doing? I only know that I have this power because I have worked on my drama, trauma, panorama. And so can you. So it isn't waiting. It isn't how long. You're asking the wrong questions. It is about how can I best get to know my energy? How can I best get to know what I'm really thinking so that I have the clear map of why it is I'm blocking it right now. It's so simple. And when you get in the habit of really being honest with yourself, primarily and most certainly, about what it is I'm thinking, what it is I'm energetically feeding my desire, and what it is then, therefore, that I should expect. And if I don't want this energy to be transmitted to my desire, and if I don't want this manifestation that I'm looking at right now, then it's up to me to understand that I need to offer it a different memo, a different direction, a different command. And it doesn't happen that I emptily just visualize or emptily even say affirmations. The secret ingredient is how you feel, the kind of energy that you are projecting into your manifestation. And that's the energy with which you will be greeted in a minute, in 10 minutes, provided how intense you are, etc., etc. Okay, maybe the next day, maybe in a week, but whatever it is right here, right now, you can start feeling way better than before just by asking yourself what it is that I'm really feeling. What is it that I'm really thinking? And how can I shift it? And that's the beginning to a whole other parallel timeline in which you understand that it is up to you to manifest that change in anybody. It is up to you to manifest that change in anything. Are you doing it? And are you being honest with the kind of energy you're in right now and what it is you're doing mentally? That's the whole shebang. Thank you very much for watching. I know this was kind of long, but it ended up that way. I want to invite you to my live with Katya on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk about glitches in the Matrix. I don't know yet the title, but I'll post it. You're all welcome. Please bring your questions about your specific situations. And if you have any questions about coaching, please email me directly below. Otherwise, you can just book one session and we'll discuss everything that you want to address in coaching in that session. Okay? And again, if you have any questions, please email me beforehand. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, ciao, ciao. Big kiss.